Thanks, Tom. We had a good week last week. Went over to Texas State, played extremely well late in the first half, and I maybe had a 15-point halftime lead, and it came out the second half, and with 7:22 to go, we were up 75-40. We took the foot off the gas and made a few bad plays and won by 18. But that's not a bad score when you play that team again in 2 weeks or in a week, basically. So we'll play those guys on Saturday. But we played well, really encouraged by all the different players played, contributed. Defense was good, rebounding was good, and we made some shots. And then we go to South Alabama on Saturday, and a typical South game, early it's back and forth. They jumped out on a 7-0. I think we had a 9-0 run to get back in the lead. But came down to the second half like it always does, and our press got us out in front a little bit early. Joe had a great second half. He got his hands on some balls and scored, and we shot the three ball good again and made 10 for 20. So we'll take that any night. It's one of our best rebounding nights of the year. The guys did a great job there, and we need to continue in that regard. Coming up, we have Arkansas State, who we just saw, we're very familiar with. They beat Texas State in San Marcos on Saturday. They lost to Southern Miss by 1 or 2 on Thursday night. But we've got Ark State coming in. They're a very dangerous team. They're leading our league in scoring. They're leading our league in three-point shooting, three-point makes. They're going to cast it up. I think in the last 3 games, they're 25 of 65 from 3. So playing with a lot of confidence. They have a lot of different weapons, and we'll have to guard them in the three-point line the way we did in Jonesboro. Thought we were outstanding up there. We gave them 4 three-point field goals, and that was crucial. And then, as we said, after that, we have Texas State on Saturday. Looking forward to that game. Both games this week will be Suits and Sneakers, Coaches versus Cancer, in partnership with NABC. NABC started this 30 years ago in 1993. Norm Stewart was kind of the driving force behind that. And the coaches have rallied every year and try to support the cancer initiative for the American Cancer Society. Certainly a great thing to talk about. We're trying to get more people screened. NABC is doing a Set the Screen program where they're trying to get more people screened from the start. And as we know, cancer affects 1 in 2 men and 1 in 3 women throughout the world. So always a good thing there. I'd like to challenge a crowd to come out. We're 9th in attendance. The 4 new schools are well in front of us, and then 4 of the older schools are in front of us, and they shouldn't be. We led the league in attendance for a few years, and to be candid, we've had more success than any other team in the league. We won 24 of 25, and a lot of good things going on. So I want the crowd to come out and support this group. They've been very good at home over the last 2 years, and it makes a big impact for our guys. And we're playing good basketball. So if you enjoy good ball, come out and watch us this week.
I know it happens in conference play, but is there any kind of different approach when you play, like Arkansas State, you'll play them second time in 12 days. Texas State, you'll play them second time in 10 days. Is there anything different, or is it just knowledge you gained?
Yeah, it's almost like, Dan, at the end of the year, you play a team and you may turn around and play them again in the conference tournament. So, but that's the way the schedule's set up. The divisional teams are East-West are trying to play each other quite a bit and all in bunches. And, it makes it easier, to be honest. I mean, we've watched every Arkansas State and Texas State game that they've played. In the last 4, we've been working with people. For example, on the bus home from South, I watched the Ark State-Texas State game, and that's the 2 teams we play this week. So saw that game, saw Arkansas State Southern Miss yesterday. So it's a little bit easier to prepare because it's fresh in your mind. and you just got to go out and play. You got to do what you did the first time to give yourself a chance.
Coach, there's no question that a 3-game win streak can build confidence. But the last game of that road trip being a typical South Alabama game, like you mentioned, where you face a lot of adversity and kind of have to grind it out late. What does that do for momentum coming into a 6-game homestand?
I think anytime you can string them together and stack wins in conference, it's big. And to get 3 on the road, especially that one coming out. I mean, you look at last year, we start 0-2 and then wind up, winning 4 in a row on the road after 2 home wins. So to get 3 of the 4, I'm pretty pleased. And to be honest, the Troy State game, I mean, we got the lead with 2 minutes to go on the ball, and we had 20 turnovers. Should have won that one. But I'll take 3 or 4. It's kind of like Kevin had said earlier, if you kind of weather this storm a little bit, you'll be good. But I will say this, and this will be the message to the team this week, and it was in the locker room Saturday night, that you're not going to show up and win because you're at home. It doesn't happen like that. It's always who plays the best is going to win the game. And we played the best on the road, and we won those games. So we've got to continue to play at a high level.
In other words, you can't, it was a great stretch, but you can't breathe. You can't take a breath.
No. And there's no bye week unless you count the MAC game. So it's two games every week, and it's on. Yeah, the merry-go-round's going, and you better hang on tight.
Is there something to no one wants to be short-handed, but is there something to consistency with a 8-man rotation as opposed to a 10-man rotation that y'all noticed in this last week or so?
Yeah, over time that I've coached, it happened my first year here. We had injury after injury, and we had, I think, 7 players that actually played, maybe 8. And what did we win, 10, 11 in a row? I mean, to end the year. I mean, we were really good. But once guys get in a rhythm, know this is how it's going to be every night, I'm going to come in at this point, yes, it can help. And London Fields and Kyron stepped up, and they both played good at Texas State. They didn't get much opportunity against South. They played a little bit in the first half. But we like our group and think we've got enough.